morning. I am Caleb Joshua Batok and I am here to explain what critical thinking is. Critical thinking is thinking rationally and logically in making decisions or judging a situation. What are the characteristics of a critical thinker? A critical thinker is always looking at the opinions of the others, always looking at the both sides and not focusing on the one side to judge well. And 5 critical thinking skills. It's analytical, communication, creativity, open-minded, and problem solving. So as I have mentioned earlier, critical thinking is creating a decision logically and well thought out. So let's give an example about critical thinking.
Hey, you wanna fight me?
This is an example of critical thinking skills. Let's see what will I do if I am a critical thinker.
You wanna fight me?
No. Stay away. And that is an example of critical thinker. Why would you fight a random guy that just want to fight you and will put you into trouble? So if you're a critical thinker, you will avoid the trouble instead of accepting. That's an example.
Hey guys, I am John Vicente and I'm going to explain Bloom's taxonomy in our reading writing lesson. Well, Bloom's taxonomy is a classification system used to define and distinguish different levels of human cognition, thinking, learning, and understanding. And these are the 6 examples of Bloom's taxonomy. The first one is remember, recognizing and recalling the facts. The second is understand. He understand what the facts mean. And the third one is apply, especially applying the facts, rules, concepts, and ideas. The fourth one is analyze. He breaking down information into component parts. The fifth one is evaluate, judging the value of information or ideas. The last one, he combining parts to make a new whole and create.
5 barriers of critical thinking. Number 1, trust in your gut. Trusting your gut is the piece of advice often thrown around in the context of being in doubt. Number 2 is lack of knowledge. CT skills are the key components of what CT is, and in order to conduct it, one must know how to use these skills, not knowing the skills of CT. Analysis, evaluation, and inference is of course a major barrier to its application. However, consideration of a lack of knowledge does not end with the knowledge of CT skills. The number 3 is lack of willingness. In addition to skills, disposition towards thinking is also key to CT. Disposition towards thinking refers to the extent to which an individual is willing or inclined to perform a given thinking skill, and is essential for understanding how we think and how we can make our thinking better in both academic settings and everyday circumstances. The number 4 is misunderstanding of truth. Truth-seeking is one such a disposition towards thinking, which refers to a desire for knowledge, to seek and offer both reasons and objects in an effort to inform and to be well-informed, a willingness to challenge popular beliefs and social norms by asking questions. To be honest and objective about pursuing the truth, even if the findings do not support one's self-interest or preconceived beliefs or opinions, and to change one's mind about an idea as a result of the desires for truth. And the last one is close-mindedness. Close-mindedness is a significant barrier to CT. By this stage, you have probably identified the inherent nature of bias in our thinking. The first step of CT is always going to be evaluate this bias. However, one's bias may be strong that it leads them to become close-minded and renders them unwilling to consider any other perspectives.
Good evening. I'm Justin Jason Espares. I'm here to reflect what I've learned in basic reading skills. Reading is an important skill for success in any fact of life. Reading is more than simply picking out words on a page. It is a process of critical thinking which involves evaluating ideas, applying them to everyday situations. Basic reading skills include vocabulary comprehension, organizational skills, and response techniques. Mastering basic reading skills enable a reader to increase their reading speed, comprehension, and overall vocabulary. This is especially true for readers in new to English language, who will find utilizing reading strategies will better help them to understand what they learn and read. So, in basic reading skills, what I learned is what about to think or what about have idea or what to understand the situation or what you're reading about, what to understand emotional and feelings, and so on. That's all.
I am Alia Villalobos and I'm here to explain the properties of a well-written text. Paragraph organization. It refers to the way sentences are ordered and structured to create an unified and cohesive body of text. Learn in properties of a well-written text is that if there is a clear statement of purposes, facts, positions, or specific details, there is ideas formed well and developed. When it is well developed, it is organized. And if there is organized, there is coherence. Coherence means that it is arranged in a logical manner that makes us readers understand it easily. In cohesion, it is the connection of ideas at the sentence levels. Cohesion is said to be when in a sentence when things are repeated, there is a replacement to it, so it doesn't look unclean. So when one word is repeated in a sentence, it always replaces a subject about it. That's all. Coherence and cohesion, there is signal devices. It means that it gives the idea to the readers of how their paragraphs are processing or progressing. In signal devices, there is an example. Number one is time. It has, transitions. Transitions have time, sequence, space, illustrations, comparison, contrast, cause and effect, and conclusion. Number two is repetitions. Number three is synonyms. And that's all.